All right, let's look at NASDAQ. Can everybody see my screen? Let me know in the chat. So, everything is all good. Okay, nice. So I did have some comments on my YouTube. It was frustrating and weird to see. I was sharing my analysis every day. I'm sharing all my trades, like literally everything. And on default, my YouTube comments were like selected, hold improper comments, on hold for me to accept. And I didn't realize that, so I went to do some analytics, and I noticed, there was one comment: "You're stupid. The market is gonna go down. You don't understand anything." And two things I want to mention. First thing, I guess he didn't win like 16 out of last 20 trades like I did. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, it's a great example of people basing their trading and basing their setups on their emotions. So they probably were buying a lot. They got stopped out, starting from here, and oh shit, this is a bear market. They started selling here. They won a little bit. They lost a little bit here, and they were winning. And it's like their emotions. We're gonna keep this going. This is what's gonna happen. But for me, trading is all based on price action. I am trying to trade based off the information that I get, rather than the emotions that I feel. Like, oh, the market is crashing. The market has been moving up for too long. This is emotions. This is not a fact. So basically, what I'm looking at facts, and I'm trading based off facts that I see in the markets. And let me tell you the facts that I see. The fact that I see is a lot of bullish momentum to the upside. We do have bearish momentum, but this would be crazy if, with all this inflation, with Corona, with wars happening, this didn't happen. I think, just like I say in my YouTube videos, just as like the price moves and retraces and moves and retraces on the 5-minute time frame, and these retracements happens for 15 and 20 minutes, the same way market has to move on the higher time frame, such as weekly or monthly. The price has to move up, it has to retrace. Now, since this is a weekly or a monthly time frame, these retracements happen, and they happen for months and weeks, maybe half a year and maybe a year. So if we look at this market at the moment, for me, until this low is broken, I would not say we are in the bear market. Now, this is very key structure that we have at the moment. We do have very strong support on the monthly, and we do have another strong support on the monthly. Now, as you can see, the price was moving down, forming long wicks. What does that tell? That tells that at these bottoms, the big players are buying. Now, this monthly candle also, when it was at the bottom right here, I said there's a high chance that this is going to be a wick. And what happened this previous month, May, it happened, and it closed above, and it closed weak bearish. Now, just like I say in my YouTube videos, most of the time, not every time, but most of the time, the price has this long wick on the monthly. We continue bullish. Long wick, we continue bullish. Long wick, we continue bullish. Now, we had some long wicks here. The price dropped a little bit more, but continued bullish. Long wick, continued bullish. Now, this is the fact. This is not something I am making up. I'm looking at the charts. I am looking at the history and trying to apply history to the present. And if we go to the present, what do we see? I want you to compare this price action right here to the current price action, right? Look at this. So the fact is that we still have a big support to break. And after that support is broken, we do have another support to break. Until that happens, I am not going to say the market is crashing or has, it's a start of a bear market. we do have two key levels that we need to break. Until then, I'm gonna continue looking for bullish scenarios because we cannot forget this. Why did everybody forget this? Why did everybody forget this? Why everyone is so focused about this when we have this? This doesn't make sense. This is people's emotion. This is a cycle of fear and greed. People are greedy here, they start buying, the market retraces. Now everybody's feared right here. What's going to happen? Probably up. If not, then that's okay, we're going to adapt. But we do have two key obstacles to break. So if you call me stupid, or if you think that I don't know what I'm doing, you are wrong and you got to go somewhere else. But I've done it, I said it, and I don't want to lie, but around 16, maybe, 16 out of 21 trades the last trades that I took. Now, monthly, yes, we are below support, just like we were here. We still have 18 days for the market to do its bullshit and, come back above or come back to the support. But at this moment, we are still at this support. So what I am expecting, that we eventually respect the support and continue up. Why? Because we have this and we have this support. Now, another very key thing that I want to make and why I really like this bullish scenario. Now, let me tell you. On this trading view, you won't be able to see, but if you go to probably any broker on MT4 or MT5, you'll see that there is a gap right at this zone right here, and it wasn't filled before this push. Now, why I do prefer the market pushing down now? Because we do have a gap that we need to fill. A lot of sellers stepping in here. A lot of buyers getting scared right now. We fill this gap, we find support, we find demand, and we're going up. Because if the market were to continue up without this drop, I would be scared then because we still have a gap here that we need to fill. That overall, I would be thinking, okay, at some point we need to come back and fill this gap. But now that I see that the market is moving down earlier than moving up, because I want to remind you that we still have a gap here on MT4 as well. These gaps needs to be filled. So we have a gap here and we have a gap here. We filled this gap with this move down. What's the next target? Potentially, I'm not saying 100%, it's not always 100%, but potentially to at least fill this gap. Okay, let's go back to weekly. Weekly. Yes, we did close very bearish. After this strong impulse, we closed bearish. But once again, the same thing that I just told you about the gap. We'll see how this goes. Right now, this upcoming week, I'm going to be very patient. I'm going to be very relaxed. I'm just going to let the markets come to me. What is going to happen? Are we going to break these lows? Are we going to continue to drop? And, if we do break these lows, we are on the weekly, then yes, I'm probably going to be looking for short positions down to the support. I think that would be smart because we don't have a lot of, any support. We do only have support here and support here. So it would be a clean slate for us to go down. Remember, this is weekly time frame. So, for this move down, there could be, 3-4 opportunities on the 1 hour, 30-minute time frames. So we do have this low, we do have this support, and we do have this support weekly. Now, what can happen? Price could definitely, this is a weekly support. If you just look at it closely, for 3 weeks, this level for 3 weeks, not 1 hour, not 4 hours, for 3 weeks, as you can see these 3 wicks, the price was holding this. So what's a likely scenario? The price comes to the support, fills the gap. We still have gap above, and we move. We make a move higher. Now, why would I like this move higher? Like I said, everybody forgot about this push. Everybody forgot that the market has a crazy bull run. Now everybody's feared. Everybody was super excited when we had this weekly bullish closure. They thought it was going up. What happened? We consolidated a little bit at the top and we dropped a lot. What that means, a lot of buyers scared here and a lot of sellers are excited. What can happen? Boom, boom, boom. We move up. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. What I'm saying is this is a scenario that I'm looking for because it's technically and psychologically follows the logical structures. Now, for me to be confident in this, first, I want the market to move to the support, fill those gaps. Second, I want resistance. I want rejection. And then probably I'm going to be looking for long positions up to the support, to this now resistance. And if we break above, I'm going to continue to look for long positions. This is my thought process on this analysis. At this moment, when the market opens, I'm not going to do anything until we touch this. We fill these gaps here, or at least we fill these gaps here and start moving up. So two likely scenarios. Here's analysis from me for this week and the next week after, because we're looking at the very higher time frame. There's scenarios. Now, we come to the support, we show a lot of rejection or a quick impulse, like we go into the zone and boom, we're very bullish. This is my scenario. We break this, we don't have any traffic here. We follow this momentum to the downside all the way to this next monthly support. The safest scenario is we wait for rejection here. We wait for the price to break above this monthly support, which is now resistance, retest, and then we're looking for longs. So three scenarios. At this area is it's going to be very scary, and it can be very, very hard to trade because we might see a lot of wicks up and down, a lot of indecision, a lot of fake outs before we make the next big move, either up or down. So I want you to be very safe when we add this area. Now, just me looking at the markets, there are times where it's like, oh crap, this market conditions are just amazing. Let's take advantage of this. Let's take trades. Let's be aggressive. And now this is the moment where I'm telling you, take your time. Take your time doing your analysis. Take your time executing your trades. This is a time where you are super careful. You're super picky with your setups. And this is my analysis. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to set alert, at the support. I'm not going to do any zones, anything. I want the market to play out. Because if I'll start to draw zones here, here, and here, then I'm going to start to, look for setups. Now, I don't want to look for setups. I want for the market to show me what it wants to do. And this is the key zone. This is the key support that I'm looking at. Now, if we do see support, if we do see rejections, we'll find some supply and demand zones. We'll wait for break and retest. Supply and demand, break and retest, or break and retest. Simple as that. Let's look at gold. So the zones that I drew up, all the zones that I drew up and I shared, worked very perfectly. Just by looking at this, right? 3 zones, all you need. 3 zones, plenty of opportunity. Sell, sell, buy, sell, buy, buy. Simple. Do you need anything else? Do you need to complicate your trading? Do you need smart money concepts? Do you need some crazy stuff? No, you need simple understanding of price action. And then once you know how to read these zones, all you need is to be patient and know how to read these candles. Is this a fake out? Is this a rejection? Wait for the market to actually start moving down before executing. Simple as that. 3 zones. I drew them all up for you. Look in my Telegram. They were all there. Now, I wasn't trading a lot of gold because we were in consolidation. I do not like consolidations. Let's start with monthly. Can you stop please drawing? Okay, let me clean this. I don't know how to clean these drawings. Please just delete them. Okay, so monthly, we came to this resistance right here. We had the reaction. That's normal. We did have a lot of bullish momentum to the upside. We did have a little bit of retracement, another impulse. Now, just looking at the market and the price action, we do have bearish monthly closure and a significantly strong bearish closure. Now, let me delete all the drawings. But the price came to this monthly support. And if we look at basic price action and basic market structure, what do we see? Higher low, higher high, higher high, higher low. Market moving up, right? The price did not break this support. Price did not form a lower low. All the market structure is telling us time to go up. Nice wick rejection to the downside on the monthly. If we go to the weekly, we do have a nice bullish structure on the weekly time frame. So rejection and strong bullish candle, bears try to take over with this indecision candle. And what happens next week? We do have a bullish engulfing candle of a monthly support. And on the monthly time frame, we do have an uptrend. We do have series of higher highs and higher lows, right? So for me, everything at the moment is telling me bullish. Now, what I'm going to be waiting for on the weekly, we obviously see. I always say the strongest levels are those. Strongest levels are those that does not have the most reaction, right here. This is not the strongest level. Let me show you what strongest level is. This is the strongest level. When you have a strongest reaction, not the most reaction, but the strongest reaction. Because if this was strong enough, the price would have pushed down a lot. But it didn't. It kept attacking the zone. Now, as soon as the price came to the zone, we dropped. So we do have an interesting level right here. As you can see, as soon as the price came to this level, even though we had a lot of bullish momentum, even though the price just tipped to the zone and dropped. And where the price is at right now is exactly at that zone. So I'm going to be very safe, but very careful with gold until we break this level. Now, once we break this level, I'm going to be very aggressive with buying, looking for those demand zones, looking for buy opportunities. So back to weekly, we cannot forget that we still have two pretty strong monthly bearish closures. And this bullish monthly candle is not closed yet. We still have 18 days. So I would not be surprised if this level is respected and we end up dropping and forming a wick. Now, if on the weekly, since we do have the support on the left, if on the weekly we break the support, I think this is our signal that we're ready to continue up and potentially make a higher high on the bigger time frame. So once again, similar thing as indices. I'm gonna be safe and I'm gonna be careful with trading this, because don't be fooled with this bullish candle. We approach strong zone. As you can see, one touch drop, second touch drop. We might have some wicks to the upside, stop out these buyers, or stop out these buyers by thinking that it's going up and then making a fake out. So my suggestion for you is to wait for I would not say closure of a weekly candle, but don't be fooled with these small breakouts and retests because eventually it can be a fake out. I would prefer the price to continue up, kind of consolidate or slowly come to this level. Then I would be like, okay, the price broke and held above this level for a significant amount of time, and we are ready to move up. So this is what I'm going to be looking for gold. I'm not going to be looking for short, since our weekly candle was pretty bullish. And like I said, we are in the uptrend. We have higher highs and higher lows. I prefer a scenario where we break above, hold the price a little bit, come to retest this, and we continue to the upside. All right, how's everything, guys? Okay, let me figure out how to clear these drawings. Oh, here. All right, you want me to look at Tesla? I didn't do Tesla analysis today. Is there anybody interested in Tesla? Okay, so key levels. I think on the weekly we do have this level right here, very significant level, for two reasons. Because we do have strong reactions, quick reactions. And the second reason is this is the work where the price came down, tested before making, higher high. So we do have another support, which is significantly strong as well. Just like I said in the, in the previous analysis, where the price has the strongest reaction. As you can see, this is the wick. We came down to this level, tipped it, and flew away. Let's go down to the daily time frame. What do we see? We do see strong rejection, strong rejection, strong rejection, strong rejection. What can we potentially see in this price action? We can potentially see inverse head and shoulders right at the support, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So I would be waiting for this head and shoulders to complete. I will not be aggressive. I will not be aggressive by entering on this right shoulder. Sometimes you can get these sniper entries on this right shoulder, right at this level, where where the left shoulder ended, where it formed. So something like this, you could get some sniper entries. But just because we do have a lot of bearish momentum, I would not be aggressive to take long positions. I would be waiting for the price to break above this supply that we have here, finish forming inverse head and shoulders, and potentially look for long. Now, if we break this low, I see the price retesting the support that we had here. So two potential scenarios. Once again, we're at this point where we wait, where we just, okay, US30, US30. All right. Let's look at US30. All my indicators are gone. Okay, so everything is very similar as NASDAQ 100, very, very similar. Long wick on the monthly, we almost closed bullish, so that would be an even greater sign. But very long wick. If we compare these wicks to the upside and to the downside wick was much stronger than the upside. So that's good to have monthly support. Right here, another monthly support right here, just very similar as NASDAQ. On the weekly, same bullish engulfing weekly closure. On the 4 hours, same. We have even bigger, even bigger gap somewhere around here. If you look at MT4, everybody can go on MT4 and look for the gap if you have a live account. And there's going to be that gap. So that would be nice, the price. So look, two gaps up here and down here. If this gap is filled first and we are at the support, there's a high chance we're going to continue up. and fill this gap. Once again, if we break this, then I'm going to be looking shorts down to the support. But until then, I'm just going to wait and see what the price does, what the markets does. I would love to see this gap filled. I would love to see a somewhere bigger, double bottom or inverse head and shoulders, something like this on the 4-hour, on the 2-hour. I would like to see a clear, reversal sign. And, I don't like this, but potential inverse head and shoulders, not too clean. Maybe that what it could be, but, I'm just going to wait at this time. We're going to wait to see how the price reacts to this level. But honestly, I really like that the price is dropping at the moment, because that means, because if the price continues to the upside, that means we have a gap left out here, and eventually we should come down to fill it. Now, since we have this drop now, when we fill this gap, then we're all good to go. We can start the countdown to the upside. So similar as US 100, it's all pretty much same. Set alert and wait for those rejections. Right, everyone. I think, yes, I did record this live call. So if you missed the beginning of it or the middle or the end, excuse me, I'm gonna post this on my YouTube as my Monday analysis. So you can rewatch it and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Any last questions? I do not have a lot of time, but I might be able to answer 1 or 2 questions. All clear? All right. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for joining. This was Davi. As always, I enjoy doing this. And stay tuned for some YouTube videos and stuff on my Instagram. Peace.